This isn't really about Stephen A. Smith. This is about a media that turns disagreement into betrayal. When asking questions gets treated like treason. When the people that spent years inside the corporate media treat you like you the problem instead of the system they've been working for all this time. What you're about to see isn't beef. It's a warning. Ride with me.
I'm talking about Joy Reid, formerly of MSNBC. I'm talking about Don Lemon, formerly of CNN. I'm talking about Representative Jasmine Crockett, who for some reason, once again, went on social media to denigrate me. There's no other way to put it. So let me get started with a couple of things first. Joy Reid decides to put out some videos of me talking about keeping receipts because she wanted to put forth a compilation of me talking about black people and comparing that to me talking to white people like Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro and people like that. I'm not getting into that. That's nonsense. You can clip and edit any way you want to and contextualize things in your own way. I'm not falling for that. But what I would like to do is address the incentive and the motivation that appears behind the attacks that they have aimed in my direction. First order of business is Joy Reid. Joy Reid was on a podcast. I believe it's my former colleague Kerry Champion's podcast entitled Naked. And listen or look at what Joy Reid had to say about me, and I'll read it to you. You got $100 million for a show with half my ratings at my worst. They're paying you, meaning ESPN, because you are willing to say the nasty things about black people that they want to say. You're willing to take their denigration of black women and put it in the mouth of a Negro, end quote. Before I address what Joy Reid, what I just read to you, came out of her mouth on that podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is of the mindset that somehow, some way she's been insulted by me because when she got fired by MSNBC, I had the temerity, the unmitigated gall to say this. I've invited Joy Reid on this show, and I'm looking forward to her accepting my invitation so we can talk. Let me tell you how I feel about Joy Reid first. I respect the hell out of this woman. She is highly intelligent, very, very knowledgeable, very passionate. She has a lot to say. She is more than a conscientious observer, and she is fearless in calling out what she believes to be inequities, unfairness, and the like anywhere, but especially as it pertains to the black community and obviously as it pertains to leftists, to folks on the left. But when we want to bring up race as the cause for her being gone, I don't think we're serving ourselves well. Michael Steele is going to be there as well as a replacement, along with Alicia. And you got to remember Menendez is right there as well. It's hard to make the race argument when her replacements are reported to be three individuals that already have a weekend show on the network and they're going to be inserted in the network. And I'm just reading from the reports here. Okay, I have not spoken to Joy Reid. I don't know. I've had the pleasure of meeting her on a couple of occasions. I certainly respect her. And I'm not here to castigate her in any way, but we do have to talk about the business in a very, very honest and fair fashion. Joy Reid was incredibly outspoken against the Trump administration, as has always been the case. Since election, her ratings have dropped by 47%. 47%. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't keep your job when stuff like that happens. You just don't. The business doesn't allow for that to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the only time I've ever spoken about Joy Reid. That right before my interview with Lindsay Davis for ABC News Live the other day. That right there is apparently what she found to be disrespectful. That right there is what she appears to deduce as being denigrating and insulting to Black women. What do you want me to say? Joy Reid, beyond a conscientious observer, somebody who unapologetically fights on behalf of us as a community every chance she gets. Whether we agree or disagree with tactics from time to time, verbiage from time to time, etc., there is no doubt where her loyalty and her conscience lies. All I was pointing out was, you've gone after Trump, albeit legitimately in your mind and that of many, many others who watched your show. Did you take into account the fact that he might win and what that might ultimately do? Because you know how he is and you know he's coming. And sure enough, a couple of months later, it ended up happening. So when it ended up happening, I was making a point because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the business. Not only that, I've had a show that was canceled in 2007. So I was simply making the point that in our business, particularly when you're Black, regardless of the reasons behind why a precipitous fall off may occur, you kind of know what's going to happen. That's it. That something happens involving you in the news, you're the headline, you're the story, I talk about it, and I read the facts that were put in publications. And because of that, I'm just catering to white folks and talking about folks and all of this other stuff.
I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you think the Stephen A has any valid points in this? Does it seem like he's being on the up and up? Is he being ethical, or is he doing this, you know, with an axe to grind for a Black woman, or for a Black woman, because that's what Joy is alleging, right? Let's keep listening. Let's not rush to judgment on this. Let's hear him out and see what we think.
I say that, I played that clip because Don Lemon specifically said I was talking shit about him. I've never talked shit about you. I've had you on this show. I showed you nothing but respect when you were here. I showed you nothing but respect when I came onto your shows. I've never spoken against you, ever, ever. This pattern that's taking place, that I'm witnessing transpire before my very eyes right now, I'm not blind. I see what's going on. And it's one thing. It's very, very simple to disagree with me. It's very, very simple to say that I'm wrong. It's very, very simple to say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Cool. Black people don't like me. That's a very, very, very personal shot. What if I got personal about Don Lemon? You want to talk about Black people and your relationship with Black people compared to others, and who likes other people, who Black people like and who they don't. We all got receipts. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. It's unnecessary.
Would you do that to him? I would do that to him. Stephen A., you're not going to do that to him? You're not going to expose him who's said he's exposing you? Man, folks, I'm trying to keep up with what's going on here. Maybe I'm being petty, but is it petty when someone's coming for your neck to defend thyself?
You have your YouTube show. Joy's doing her thing with you and without you. I'm wishing y'all success. But what y'all are doing right now is vicious. I can take it. I'm going to continue to take it. It's spelled with a PH, not a V. Feel free. A in the middle initial. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I can take it. But it don't make you right. And it damn sure don't make you righteous. The reality of the situation is that you're basically sitting up there and pulling a Laura Ingraham. With LeBron, shut up and dribble. You're telling me to shut up and stick to sports. It's the fact that I'm touching on stuff that's essentially news and what have you. It's got y'all up in a tizzy. Joy, you brought up Ben Shapiro. I've met the man once. I interviewed him twice. I've met Megyn Kelly once. I am no black conservative, but I certainly understand why black conservatives get so heated when it comes to the issues of liberalism, because they see how they get labeled for their ideological beliefs and how they get denigrated. So the liberal can believe what the liberal wants to believe, and we can agree or disagree. But if a black conservative feels a certain way, they got to be a sellout to their community. They can't believe there's a better strategy to the economy. They can't believe there's a better strategy to addressing border issues. They can't believe there's a better strategy for affordability. Oh, no, it must be. And of course, they can't possibly disagree with some of the stuff that Trump is doing, like the latest nonsense that he put out there where he's blaming black folks and speaking about the issues of slavery and things of that nature as something that's been unfavorable to white people. Like that should be ignored, like history should be erased.
All right. Well, Stephen A. had a lot to say, fam, and I made a couple of notes of things I wanted to go over in regards to what he said. And at the end of the day, we all get to make our determination about, how we feel about what he said. And this is just my opinion based on observations. Look, I want to pose this question to you. And of course, feel free to comment. It seems kind of strange to me that Joy Reid would be so upset with Stephen A. Smith. Is it just me, or does it seem like she's more upset with Stephen A. Smith for talking about her being fired than she's upset with MSNBC for firing her? I mean, I've never heard her really go to town on MSNBC. I mean, they dissed her, they dismissed her, they terminated her with no warning, they underpaid her, paid the white girl like 5 times more or something like that, Rachel Maddow. And you would think those would be good reasons to call out the MSNBC, the MS Now. It just seems weird that Joy Reid seems to have much more fire in her gun, more bullets in her gun for Stephen A., who's never fired her, never cost her a job, never called for her firing, only commented on it, whether you agree with his comments or not. But that is all he did, was talk about it. Seems a little strange. I mean, maybe that's just me. Then I'm also wondering, why is Stephen A. even addressing this? Stephen A. is obvious. People don't like you, bro. Yeah, why is it you keep on making it a point to talk about Don Lemon, Jasmine Crockett, Joy Reid, Curry Champion? Like, why? They're just using it as media. Content is king, and it's an opportunity. I mean, right? Seems weird. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. What do you think about that? Do you think it's weird that Stephen A. is even given this time of day when he doesn't have to? Or maybe it's a benefit to him as well. And I'm thinking, he's not being benevolent. It's not being like a philanthropist by responding to these people. So it must benefit him in some way to do the rebuttals. Because let's face it, he ain't doing rebuttals to Tim Black or anybody else with a platform that's calling him out unless they are former cable news people. It's a little elitist, but I get it. There's nothing for him to win calling me out or responding to me, responding. Number three, third thing. Man, am I tripping? Or is this just people jealous? I mean, they look into a space, even though they weren't in this space, none of these people really had a platform in independent media. They only got platforms in independent media because mainstream gave them the axe. When they got the axe, then they come here and they see Stephen A is already there. And then they come for him. Because they feel like they should have top dog spot. You weren't here. Joy Reid was on MSNBC, minding her business, talking all that shit on MSNBC. Don Lemon was on CNN, above the fray. What's one of the sayings McCarty used to use? Something about when the dogs howl at the moon doesn't howl back. Isn't that one of those down-to-earth comments you made, Bakari, a few years ago? Salt of the earth, man. What a brother. What a cool-ass brother, man. You all right. I shouldn't have been offended by that at all. You the moon man. The guy on the moon. Don't even have a platform. Hey, don't white people put you on there, so that's just as good. So is that jealousy with this thing? It's like, is that just being competitive? Keith Olbermann obviously is just jealous. Keith Olbermann's calling for Stephen A to lose his job because he had a different take on the whole Minneapolis, Minnesota ICE agents shooting. He didn't even play around. It's like, they need to let him go. They need to fire Stephen A. Because Keith Olbermann's been fired several times. In fact, Keith Olbermann's been fired more times than a Saturday Night Special in the D. Now, there's one thing I will admit. Stephen A has a point. Sometimes when I'm talking to conservatives or listening to a conservative, it's in the back of my head like, is this person real? Do you really believe some of the things you're saying? But I've gotten better over time. Yeah, I've gotten better over time. I was worse a few years ago. But slowly, as I got detoxed more and more, to get more to like, no skin in the game on either party, no affiliation, more independent, make my own mind up based on my own research, genuine spot, not rooting for any parties. I've got better. I'm still not all the way there, but I'm getting there. Now I'm like more biased towards the Democrats. I'm more harder, or I'm more cynical, more skeptical, more with the Democrats because they be lying to us all the time. But there's something like today, for instance, when you got a conservative and they go too damn far. Like, you could be a conservative, but you don't have to say dumb shit like, I'm not black. I'm something else. I'm a Christian. I'm not a black man. That's that Jason Whitlock anti-Daniels thing. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, makes all conservatives look like cools. Because now you're like, I may look black, and I may be talking about black shit all the time, but I'm really not black American. I'm another thing. So when I'm criticizing black people, I'm not criticizing myself because I'm not with them. It's like the Hodge twins / but then when they want to, every once in a while they're making it seem like they are affiliated and they just feel so bad about their people. And you try to help them. Like Candace Owens is trying to help them. But also quick to say, I'm a Christian, I'm a this, I'm not black. So it's very confusing. And it's that type of what I feel like is self-serving, right? Like false, self-serving, greedy, manipulative type stances that I don't feel are genuine. that they take that I say, it makes you feel like they don't stand for anything. It's like, it's a game they're playing. They put on a conservative suit to go get the conservative money. Just like the Democrats put on the liberal suit to go get the liberal money. Different suits, but it's still a suit. So that's why I come up on the Stephen A. Smith thing, right? I'd like to know what you guys think about it. Stephen A., I've been critical of Stephen A., I've made comments about him, but this video is not about him. It's not about his track record of flip-flopping, which I've called him out for. You can't be on both sides of everything, Stephen A. You even on both sides of these people that are calling you all types of names, all types of degrading comments made. You're still on both sides of defending them and bigging them up and criticizing them at the same time. I think it's just a corporate media effect. It's just an ingredient inside a corporate media entity's brain that makes them be full of shit. Or something like that. You know what? I don't know if she got a severance package. But you would think, have smoke for the company that threw you under the bus, that took food off your table, before you have smoke for a guy who did neither of those things. And if you can't have smoke for MSNBC or MSNL, you shouldn't have smoke. You should not have smoke for Stephen A. Smith. Because what do you really do? But they take it personal, fam. And like I said before, a lot of people in media business who have a problem with Joy Reid have it for a very good reason. Joy is very super petty. Joy will call others and skunk you and try to ruin your career opportunities.
I'm just telling you, if you want to pick a fight, you might want to pick a fight with somebody else, because picking a fight with Joy Reid, Jamel Hill, Carrie Champion, and those sisters, they ain't nothing to play with. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you, you cannot win. You will not be able to win, because you ain't fucking with you ain't messing with some small-minded, narrow-minded individuals. They don't play. They will cut you everywhere but loose, my brother. But why you keep fighting them? Why? Why you keep... Just say, I don't want to talk about it. It's easy. Well, Joy Reid and the sister set you up. Well, Joy Reid and you took the bait. And you jumped out. Stephen, stay the...
She will never respond to this. But I know it to be true. Don Lemon, similar. All of these people are gatekeepers. And if they have anything to do with it, they will do their best to ruin your life. Not because you did something to them, just because you had a take or an opinion that they didn't like. That's all it would take. That's it. You're on money. You know, you did, you know what I'm saying? You didn't dox them. You just disagree with them. You just criticize them. It's to them. Even though they got way more platform, it doesn't matter. The fact you would have the audacity to publicly disagree with them is enough to try to ruin your life. They don't care if you black and you got a family. They don't care about that. Should have thought about that before you say something about me. Yeah. If you got other people, even if they rock with you, they're cowards. They don't want problems. They want to stay out of harm's way. So they're gonna go along with the people with more muscle. They go along with them. It's sad, fam. I see conservatives do it. I couldn't believe conservatives are doing it too. I'm like, conservatives are truly scared of a guarded woman with a YouTube channel? Really? For real? That's what we doing. Ain't that I can do with you. Nothing I can say. It is what it is, fam. Yo. Yo, quit. Oh, fam. That's funny. That's funny right there. That's funny. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. That's funny. Tether or tether crime. All right, family. That's it. That's all I got, fam. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Thank y'all for being here. We'll be back on Friday to come through on a Friday night, make the table shake. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into this broadcast. Number love. Look, don't let nobody take your cornbread. It bothers me to see good people without their cornbread. All right, I got a problem with that. So let's everybody keep their cornbread, and also let's all make a commitment to stay courageous, bold, and most of all, stay dangerous. We don't need more suckers. We don't need more company men and women going with the flow. We need more people willing to stand up. Because if you lay down for anything, you'll fall for anything. We got to stand up. All right, that's all I got. Now, I got reasons for doing what I do. Here they go.